an inmate at a federal prison. This call is being recorded and is subject to monitoring. Hang up to decline the call or to accept, dial 5 now. If you wish to block any future...
Hello, Mr. Mike.
Greetings. I don't consent to recording this call. Is there anything I need to know? I've only got maybe 13 minutes.
I have been speaking to your mother about the proper procedures to mail you $100 to your commissary. I had to remind her about Des Moines, Iowa. I think she knew that already. It's just, she's getting up there in years. She also said that she did mail the $100 to the fee, and she was going to try to mail you a printout to prove that from her bank statement, I guess. But my concern is that you're never going to get it because they're not letting you get any mail.
Right.
Yeah. I sent you a core links with all the stuff that has been returned from CNC, and I hope you got the core links. I listed it as best as I could.
I ran out of time. I couldn't read the whole thing, so I never got through the letter.
Okay.
Basically, I was down to my last dollar, and I was just holding on to it. I was able to call my mom yesterday to let her know that I needed to have her send the counselor proof because the counselor apparently can't contact the court because he claims the court doesn't answer the phone, which I don't doubt. I mean, it's like I told him. I said, now you see how much trouble we have in trying to communicate with the court and the clerk and get information. And think about it. You guys require us to provide proof that we paid this fee. Why isn't it set up so that once we pay the fee, you have the ability to go into their system and see what's been done? It should be posted just like a judgment or anything else. It should be posted and readily available for anybody to see. He agreed, but we're dealing with a corrupted corporation posing as government.
Yeah.
Look at the whole train of deep state operatives that are on the payroll that hate me, that hate Trump, that hate everybody else that stands for the Constitution of freedom, liberty. The Luciferian, the pedophiles, they love evil, and that's just the way it is. And I mean, with this one guy, he takes his marching orders from what, some sycophant feminist Nazi?
Yeah, right.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, he's taking marching orders from what is she, an attorney or something? Is she
I have no idea. I don't know.
The fact is that he's a follower of that ilk, and he parrots everything that they say. That's sad.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an original thought in his brain.
Right.
I mean, going back and reviewing these letters I've gotten from you with his comments, and it's like everything is parroted.
Right. There's no doubt that they make up talking points and they just repeat the same talking points in some sort of echo chamber for their paid operatives. But I tried to mail you even like more crap. It doesn't do any good. But I just wanted you're not even allowed to defend yourself because you're not even allowed to receive my mail. So the whole thing is.
Well, here's the thing. If I got one legal mail yesterday, and it says on the front, clearly stamped, legal mail open in the presence of inmate only. I got that.
It wasn't for me? Was it for me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Did you send something with that verbiage on it?
Yes. I sent some with it on it, and some with it not on it, just to see which ones would get through. But they're rejecting anything from me.
Well, all right. So that you know, they're claiming that they want me to sign an agreement form so that I can get mail. Well, there's no policy and there's no agreement that I agree to accept mail. They're supposed to give me the mail regardless. The agreement form actually says if you don't want mail, you got to sign it. And if you refuse to agree to let them search your mail and refuse to sign it, they're going to, quote, interpret that as your agreement to let them search the mail, but you still get the mail. There's no policy that allows them to return to sender by mail unless I sign an agreement to return to sender. So they're doing something that doesn't exist by policy.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the chain of command, so I'm going up the chain of command. I talked to the mailroom lady, and next step is the associate warden, so everybody knows, hey, y'all have denied me access to legal mail. You're a corporation. I don't have to sign your contracts. There's no policy or law that requires me to sign it, but you still got to give me the mail. Even though you might open it and read it and copy it without my consent, that's on you. I'm not going to consent to let you break the law. I have rights. I have the right to freedom of conscience, freedom of religion, freedom of medicine, and freedom of privacy. I don't lose my privacy. You're in a ministry. I'm in ministry. I'm getting information regarding my case and my family that is privileged, that is legal in nature. Everything that I get that has anything to do with my case, which is everything, by nature, is legal. Doesn't matter where it comes from. And anyway.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. Yeah.
Anything I need to know regarding Miss P?
Have you heard from Miss P? No.
She won the award.
Oh, there's some kind of, what's it called? Canvas?
Plastic Canvas Award.
Plastic canvas. It's some kind of art thing where you can make objects. And she entered some contest, and she told Aaron she was very excited in her email, but she won first place, which doesn't surprise me because she's a very talented woman. But
Pat has made what they call cruel. It's a stitch work.
This call is from a federal prison.
And ask my mom to send you pictures of Pat's needlework. It looks like a painting. From 3 feet or beyond, you can't tell it's needlework.
Yeah.
It looks like a painting.
Yeah. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Yeah. Yeah, she is an artist.
Yeah.
She's very,
yeah. She's just a really, really, benevolent spirit, generous, and I think she's doing good, Mike. Your mother, on the other hand, I'm a little worried about. She's stressed out. She knew where to send your commissary money, but she had forgotten, and I had to remind her, and she's 80-something years old. I've got an 86-year-old mother myself, and it's just a lot of stress on her all the time, and I wish I could do something to help her, but I think she's just kind of doing the best she can,
You talking to her as a conduit for us is help, and you giving her calm explanation and description is greatly appreciated, and it's a blessing to all of us.
Well,
thank you.
Yeah, no, I really like your mother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You got you're blessed with a real good mother, and I know she wants to help you, and it reminds me a lot of my mother. So.
Yeah. Well, we're all in the fight. Now that I've got access to a radio and some batteries, I've got the ability. I listen to Alex Jones, and I'm listening to all the nonsense that's going on in it. But I'm encouraged that people are starting to stand up and speak out. They're not bowing down. They're not bending over. I see this as the calling. I see this as the people are being sifted. You're either going to stand for the truth in Christ, or you're going to bend over and be a slave to Satan's minions. That are wanting to get you to go and do evil to your fellow man. And if you're not willing to destroy God's creation, they're coming after you. But guess what? I believe there's more of us. And once people see that there's more of us, then the water's fine.
This call is from a federal prison.
But until they see that the water's fine, there's more of us in the pool, they stand on the sidelines. They won't jump in the pool.
Yeah, no, you're right, but I do see this as a sifting as well, like a separating the sheep from the goats. But even if we aren't in the majority, it's still better to be on God's team anyway. So.
No doubt. As I say, I'm standing in the truth and walking sacred. But the point is that, like my friend once said, he knows his friends are behind him. It's just that they're so far behind him that he can't see them.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
and aside from you and Mom and Pat, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I consider you a prisoner. When I think about you and what you're going through, you really are a prisoner of war. I mean, you really have been captured by the enemy, and they're trying to break you down mentally, and they're trying to cut off all your communications and your support. But I know you got a strength. You got a strength that comes from within, and I recognize that.
I wish Alex Jones knew what the hell I've been through, because what they're doing to me is what they would love to do to him and Trump.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the parallels of what the technique they used to railroad me. They're applying to him and Trump, and the thing is that they have the ability to hire law firms, not just attorneys, but people. They've got teams of people that can help them fight. I had nobody, and then of course I had a rigged judge and a rigged jury, and everything was rigged.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's the only way these Luciferian types can win, is it has to be rigged, because there's no truth about them. They have to all operate in the darkness and in deception.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. My wife listens to Alex Jones, I think, a lot too, or she did at one time. And several years ago, I would say 3 or 4 years ago, I would call his whistleblower hotline, and I would yell into his whistleblower hotline day after, and I would record it, and I would yell about political prisoners, and he just ignored me. And eventually he would do a show on Schaefer Cox, but it would be with other representatives, which I was glad for. I was glad to see other people. But it's like, I've kind of like, when it comes to him, I'm just going to like, I don't beg anybody, and I'm just going to continue to try to do the right thing. And I pray that somebody gets his attention, but it's not going to be me. You know, he's not paying attention to people like me.
Well, it's because you're viewed as an entity, and so that he goes towards individuals, but not entities.
Yeah.
You have a presence. I think, but what he needs to realize is that you've got a presence cultivated by a cadre of demons that want to destroy you, because once they destroy you, they destroy the voice of the people that are being tormented within the belly of the beast. You're our conduit to the outside world.
Well,
he doesn't. I don't think.
I try.
You grasp that.
Yeah, and I try to see that. I try to do that as well. And what you just said, I want to be a voice for the voiceless. But Aaron and I are seeing a real pattern, Mike, where they're coming out with legislation and prison restrictions where prisoners. There's even a law in Alabama now that says any Alabama prisoner cannot have a presence on social media. And by that, they go on to define you cannot have a friend read a letter from you in prison. You cannot have a friend put your voice out on YouTube. And we see this pattern over and over again. They're trying to stop people like you from telling people the real truth about your case. It's insanity.
And the Alex Jones who has the Free American Law Center, Freedom America Law Center needs to talk to me. I need to talk to those guys, Barnes and all those folks. I don't know if I can send them my information, but those guys to me, and I can open their eyes as to what's going on from the inside and how they're short-circuiting our ability to get justice. We're being denied due process in a major way. The whole system is bastardized and corrupted. And until people realize that the whole system is rigged, I don't.
Yeah.
If the rest of society knew what we've been dealing with and how corrupted
there'd be a revolution.
Overnight, they would storm the doors.
This is what I thought.
All right, hold on. That was Mike Parsons. I think his release date is, I forgot, man. It's just way out there. They keep returning all my letters to him, and they rarely let us have any communications. And a lot of demons are slandering Mike and putting out a one-sided story against Mike, but I can't even tell Mike what's going on because all my letters get rejected and refused.
And if anybody wants to reach out to that law firm, he would appreciate it.
I've reached out to them already, but, I don't know if I've got some kind of radioactive, toxic email address or what, but anyway. God bless, and please keep Mike Parsons, Pat Parsons, and Mike's mother in your prayers.